Eureka College Basketball on ECTV is brought to you by City Blue Technologies in Peoria, your Epson first business partner offering precision core heat-free printing, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing. By Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant in Eureka.
Welcome back to another broadcast here on ECTV. Kareem Burnett with my partner Matthew Swan. Today, the ladies of Eureka College take on the women of Knox College. Last time out, we saw it was a win for the Red Devils as they come into this game 1-0, a road win against Dominican College up in Chicago. 80-52 dominance for the Red Devils, almost a 30-point deficit there. Matthew, what are some things from that game, some positives and maybe negatives that we can take into this game and try to come out with another win?
Yeah, Kareem, I mean, the thing to remember is that it was a fair quarter. Remember, Eureka went into the second quarter only leading 12-10. Very quickly, though, in that second quarter, they did fall short. The thing to remember, though, is that they did go on that 18-3 run. Eventually, they grabbed that lead back. They made it 30-18. And, of course, they went into the half leading 36-23. Some key players, though, sophomore Lainey Moore, she was pushing the pace quite often. She ended up having 5 of the 7 points in that Red Devils 7-2 run. And eventually Eureka continued to continued to that stretch, and Eureka won, as you mentioned, 80-52.
You mentioned sophomore Lainey Moore. She was integral for this team last year, a starter as a freshman. We've seen she was a very aggressive and passive player on defense and offense. I believe defense is our calling card. What are some things that you've seen from sophomore Lainey Moore that she can bring into this game as well?
Yeah, I mean, really just controlling the ball really well. As I mentioned, she likes to push the pace, which is always a good thing offensively. And on top of that, she isn't afraid to fight through contact either, which is huge when you're playing in the paint.
All right, you mentioned senior Max Nahira. What were some things that you liked from her game last week? As you mentioned, she went on a little bit of a personal run in that fourth quarter in that second half versus Dominica.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, she did go on that run. She actually ended up scoring the last 8 of 11 points in that third quarter. And, of course, that is what helped contribute to the Red Devils' win. I mean, the thing to remember is that, you cannot just focus on one player. It is a team sport at the end of the day. And like I said, I mean, basketball is a game of runs, and that is what Eureka did to win that game.
Matthew, we talked about the women on our side. What about the women of Knox? What are some key players or some key things that you like or dislike on that side?
Overall, they have a lot of great three-point shooting. I think the biggest thing to limit their shooting is just really, really great defense, right? You want to stay pressured on each opponent, and at the end of the day, that's how you're going to win these games.
Matthew, you talked about it. Defense can be, as you mentioned, a bit of a double-edged sword. It can help you win games and lose games. But that's all we have here for pregame coverage. We will be back with you live. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan, right here on ECTV.
The airwaves just got a refresh, and you need to spin your dial to 103.1 to find out. EC 103.1 is your latest and freshest option at your disposal, for the latest alternative rock hits, new personalities, and live sporting events at Eureka College. With an award-winning pedigree, EC 103.1 will quickly be the only thing you want to hear on your radio. Now on the FM airwaves and streaming globally on iHeartRadio. EC 103.1, your rock alternative.
Calvin got diagnosed June 10th of 2018. He has rhabdomyosarcoma, a soft tissue cancer. But St. Jude has covered everything. And coming here, they're like, we are going to do everything we can. And when they say everything, they mean everything. St. Jude is like the gold at the end of a rainbow for a family like ours. They've really given our family hope. And we are so grateful and thankful for everything.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
There's nearly 678,290,000 kids under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? A lot, it turns out. Children who live to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines matter so much. For 40 years, Rotary and partners have delivered vaccines globally. Like here, and even here. Impressive, right? But 12.5 million children are still totally unvaccinated. Rotary knows we can find them. Because when Rotary and Indian vaccinators looked for families at bus and train stations, used motorbikes, and trekked house to house, they lowered polio cases by 94%. See, it can be done, and the results are worth it. Let's ensure that all children grow up safe from preventable diseases.
Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Prairie Fire. A freshman from Tucson, Arizona, number 0, Nayeli Nidez Acuna. A fifth year from San Diego, California, number 14, Serena Decio. A senior from Tucson, Arizona, number 15, Brianna Arizmendi. A junior from Tucson, Arizona, number 31, Kylie Callahan. And a sophomore from Tucson, Arizona, number 50, Bria Medina. The Prairie Fire are coached by Seth McDowell. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Eureka Red Devils. A 5'4" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 4, Maya Webb. A 5'8" freshman from Peoria, Illinois, number 24, Alana Jackson. A 6'1" senior from Quincy, Illinois, number 30, Bryn Holtz. A 5'11" senior from Sandwich, Illinois, number 33, Josie Ness. And a 5'10" senior from Riverside, California, number 42, Maxine Najera. The Red Devils are coached by Mike Hedrick and assisted by Jamie Perkins.
And that's the starting lineups for the Red Devils. It'll be Webb, Jackson, Holtz, Ness, and Nazira. Over for the ladies of Knoxville.
But you know what, Kareem? I'm really excited to see the freshman Nayeli Nidez Acuna. I mean, the thing to think about is that she did score double figures in all 3 games. And the biggest thing that stands out to me is she won the Knox Female Athlete of the Week after recording a double-double in only just 2 games.
A double-double in 2 games is very impressive. It'll be Holtz at the tip-off. End up in the hands of Knox. The CEO. We got some early whistles, maybe a bit of a miscommunication here. Not sure what the ref saw. Maybe something went wrong during the tip-off.
Yeah, and you can already tell it's going to be a very energetic game with the way Knox is already moving the ball very quickly.
Medina with it, her drive against Jackson. Jackson strip it, gonna stay here at Knox. And there's that aggression and tentative defense for the Red Devils. The freshman Jackson being active with her hands early. The CO will be the inbound. Perez Mendy. Back in the hands of the CO. It's gonna be Nidez Acuna stepping out of bounds on her drive. Excuse me, she was fouled.
Yeah, I was going to say it definitely looked like she did step out of bounds, at least from up here in the booth. And that would have been a huge turnover for Eureka.
The CO will be the inbound here. Inside, cutting back door, and good. Medina for the first baskets of the game.
Yeah, Medina able to float through a few defenders and just float it off her fingertips for the easy bucket.
Down with the rebound. Pass, stop, blocked by Josie Ness.
That's why it's so important to get into transition as quickly as possible. Huge stop there.
CEO inbounding again here. Callaghan. Over to Medine. She's going to score a bucket.
Yeah, already her second bucket of the game. This time, though, she did push through some contact. Able to stick with it. Another 2 points for the Prairie Fire.
Ness, pull up mid-range. Not good there. Rebound, almost Holtz. It's going to be out of bounds on Holtz as he wasn't able to track down that offensive rebound.
Yeah, and we've seen from a few basketball games this season, men and women's, we understand why it is so important to get those offensive boards. They just give you that second chance opportunity to score.
Driving out.
Good steal there.
By Nahira. Back over to Nahira. Stops, pop, mid-range. No good there. They go rebound, Callaghan. She's going to push the ball. Jackson Nahira, the man to beat. And Riz Mendia, was fouled on that play.
Yeah, Medina, already we've seen her draw some contact a few times.
The CEO swings it over. Not able to get that one. Inside to Holtz. Holtz transitions to the three. Her space is being cluttered here. Cutting, Webb, not able to get it. Down with the rebound. Medina slows it down in traffic. The CO fires from three. Good. The CO knocks down the first triple of the game. 7-0 lead here for Knox.
Yeah, nice job by DeCino there to make an easy catch and shoot. Another 3 for Knox.
Holtz not able to match her three. The CO comes down with the defensive rebound. She's pushing the pace. Left side, Callaghan has it. Inside. Swings it over. No good. Offensive rebound. Fouled by Holtz. And it's going to be Nidez Acuna, her first trip to the line. First trip of the line the entire game for either side.
Yeah, remember, Acuna does have a lot of great accomplishments already. She is only a freshman, too, so she's definitely one of those key players for the Prairie Fire. Huge threat to look out for.
Acuna knocks down her first trip at the line, making her 1 for 1 to the night, and her team an 8-point advantage over the Red Devils. Acuna going 2 for 2 at that line. 9-0 lead here for Knox. Red Devils got to be looking to put some points on the board.
Yeah, she also does have a .684 free throw percentage. So most times she will not miss.
Webb. Acuna guarding her. Holtz, top of the key, launches. No good from Holtz. Webb, offensive rebound, puts it up. No good. Battling down low. Acuna saves it. Callaghan pushing the pace. Transition pass to DeCio. DeCio over 3 defenders. And it's stripped. Blocked.
Great defense there by Eureka.
Jackson trying to recover that ball, and she's fouled by Acuna.
That 3 from Holtz was a very good idea. She was decently open, I would say, but it looked a little awkward coming out of the hands. Had a weird spin on it too, but
it'll be Nahera inbounding it inside to Webb. Webb has the ball, top of the key. The CO guarding her over to Ness. Ness fakes the dribble handoff, drives 2 defenders. She's blocked by Acuna. Maybe sophomore Lainey Moore checking into this game, and she came down with that defensive board.
Yeah, and we talked in the pregame how Moore just really likes to push the pace. She doesn't mind fighting through some contact, and she tried to take on a 2v1 right there.
Moore, one of the more aggressive and tenacious players for the men's and women's teams. Holtz, jab, drive, high post, looking for Ness, swings it to Webb. Webb, stop, pop, midi, good.
That's just really great court vision right there from Ness to be able to find Webb, who knocks down that bucket.
Webb putting the first points on the board for the Red Devils as Acuna gets on the scoreboard again, giving her team a 9-point lead. Webb bringing it up. Callaghan putting the pressure on her. We're going to get some substitutions here for both sides. Checking in for the Red Devils and Knox.
Yeah, and so far up to this point, Knox playing really great defense, only giving up 2 points so far.
Moore with it, screen from Holtz. Moore working the baseline. She's going to get fouled. Callaghan is motioning over to the ref that she believes Moore might have carried on that possession.
But see, Moore is just so great at doing that. She can draw contact, leading to those fouls every single time. And obviously that'll help if she has that opportunity to get to the line.
Rutherford inbounds it to Holtz. Holtz fires up a triple. No good. Tracked down by Nahira. Holtz back with it. Drives. Pass over to Nahira. Nahira stop. Pop. Midi. No good. Rebounded by Knox. In the hands of Callaghan. Rutherford, I'm sorry. Crossover move. Great pass there from Callaghan. And she's seen Acuna just wide open in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. A wide open shot there.
Another steal by Acuna. She pushes the pace over to Callaghan. Left hand layup. Good. The coach not liking what he sees. He's going to call a timeout here. Score 2-15 in the favor of Knox. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan, watching in to ECTV.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
And welcome back to the broadcast here on ECTV. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan here in the City Blues Technology broadcast booth. Red Devils trailed this game early, 13-point deficit, 15-2. Matthew, what are some things that you haven't liked and have liked so far from the Red Devils?
Well, a negative for Eureka. Up to this point, they're only shooting 1 for 10 right now. The thing I think they need to do is just have better shot selection, right? You want to take those high percent shots. That'll obviously help you come back into this game. One thing I do like from Eureka's side, though, is they are keeping up the high-intensity momentum, and it is, I would say, fairly keeping their players, engaged in the game.
That was Zarello on that miss, her first minutes of the game. She lost Callaghan on that triple, no good. Rebound, Knox. Inside to Callaghan. Callaghan working on her. Callaghan going to get herself a trip to the line here as it was a shooting foul. Shooting foul is going to go against, I believe that foul is against Alyssa Zarello. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see what the ref was motioning.
Yeah, well, we will take this time for a short ad. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo. Wendy Puff offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
It was Ariz Mindy on that 2-point miss there. It'll be the Red Devils with it in the hands of Rutherford. Drives hard right. And she kind of lost it as she was driving. Not able to recover it in time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is one of the outcomes of trying to play in contact. You do end up losing the ball, as we just saw there.
And it'll be a leak out 2 points for Acuna, I'm sorry.
And we know Acuna is fast, so she is going to get down that lane as quickly as possible and convert an extra 2 points as she did just right there.
Jackson over to Redgate. Redgate almost lost it. Inside. And it'll be good.
Nice quick catch, spin, and shoot from Zarello. That's exactly how you want to move as a player.
Her first points of the night. She gets on the board for the Red Devils. 4-19 here. A little under 4.5 remaining in this first quarter. Webb over to Zarello. Zarello thought about it. Gonna find more. Pump fake drive. And Moore moved that pivot as she was jab stepping. Gonna get called with the travel.
Yeah, and once again, another outcome of trying to move a little bit too quickly as Moore just picks up that pivot foot, as you said, and unfortunately is called for a travel. A little bit costly considering the huge point deficit right now, but there's still a lot of game left.
It'll be Jackson and Abascale checking into this game. Abascale getting her first minutes of the game here, the freshman. On the drive. Great hands there by Rutherford to poke it out of bounds.
That's exactly the type of aggressive defense you want to see from Eureka.
The CO inbounding it. Going to get it in. Rutherford almost stole it. Jackson going to end up stealing it. Jackson working the baseline. Almost lost it. 1-on-1 bump. And Jackson on a draw to foul against Medina.
Yeah, and Jackson never gave up on that play. As soon as she was able to snatch the ball out of the defender's hands, she just took it down the court. Obviously, maybe a little trouble dribbling down, but she's able to collect it and now finds herself at the line for a huge, excuse me.
It won't be at the line. It'll be a personal foul. The Red Devils will end up in possession. Rutherford tried to get it in to Redgate, not quite able to do it. In the hands of Arizmendi. Fires up a triple. No good. Rebound Moore. It was Carpenter on that triple, not able to get it. Moore comes down with the rebound, pushing the pace here. Going 1-on-1. Spin move. Looks for Redgate, not able to get it. Out to Jackson. Going to reset here. Jackson. Jab step, drive. Rutherford, mid-range. Good. That was a great way to make nothing out of something there for the Red Devils.
Yeah, a great pass from Jackson. There's that rebound that we want to see.
Medina not able to get it there. Zarello fighting for it. And we're going to get a jump ball as Zarello, the CO, they got tangled up there on that loose ball possession. Checking back into this game for the Red Devils. Samira and Ness coming back into this game. Zahira and Ness.
And I believe that was actually Abascal who was tangled up there.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right. Ness with it now. Hand off to Jackson. Inside, strip. Finds it in the hand of Arizmendi.
That's always so tough to do, try to pass between several defenders.
Callaghan is having her way here with the Red Devils as she goes in for the scoop right side layup. Hira gonna get hit with a travel call. Second travel call going against the Red Devils here.
Yeah, and you said it once again, Eureka handing the ball over. That's already their 6th turnover of the game, and we're not even through a full first quarter yet.
Walking it up for Knox. It'll be Medina, I'm sorry. Medina, a loose ball, and she gets tangled up with Webb, and it should be Red Devils basketball. No, we'll stay here with Knox.
Yeah, and Eureka's defense continuing to shine early on here. Just multiple instances of knocking the ball away and nearly getting a turnover. And if you're Eureka, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to keep that up, and eventually it'll turn into something huge.
And it's stolen by Jackson, and she gets a breakaway, not able to recover it. Gonna recover it, Nahira, and she'll end up with the 2 points instead.
Yeah, and that's exactly my point. If you keep that up, now you got to get back in transition here.
And great defensive stop by Nahira as she stopped what would have been an easy 2 points for the CO, but she was able to slap it out of bounds. Medina with it, splits the traffic. Great dump off pass to Acuna. And that'll be another 2 points for Knox.
Yeah, and once again, Medina, another assist. She's just been really great with her court vision and knowing where her teammates are on the floor.
Now Hero fires it over. Gonna stop for a midi, not able to get it. Ness battling for the board.
Good attempt there from Ness to try to get that offensive rebound.
And getting ready at the scoreboard to check in for both sides. It'll be Carpenter checking in for Knox. Then it'll be Holtz checking in for Red Devils. The Red Devils as she subs in for Josie Ness. And Knox in the bonus here. It'll be Callaghan shooting free throws.
And we'll take another ad break here. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. You can learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Callahan going 2 for 2 there at the line. Another great trip there for Callahan. She's up to 6 points on the night. And Matt, Red Devils trail this game big, down by 17 early on. What are some things they maybe will look to do or slow down on to get back into this game?
Yeah, I mean, really, I think all they need to work on right now is just their offense. Like I said earlier, slow things down on offense, go for those high selection shots. And, of course, I mean, their defense has been astonishing all game for the most part, just being able to tip the ball every once in a while. Medina. Now you got to get back on defense here.
Medina driving on Jackson inside, out to Carpenter. Ball finds the way to the CO. Spoon over, fires it up, no good. Zarello down with the rebound.
Red Devils got a little lucky there, maybe a bit of a mismatch or confusion.
Inside Holtz, post move, left hand, no good. Finley tracking down that rebound. Back in the hands of Medina. Fires it up, and triple is good as the CO knocks down another triple for Knox.
Yeah, and that quick catch and shoot, in my opinion, is one of the hardest threes to make.
Nahira drives inside, and she's going to get herself an easy two.
And, of course, Dacio able to knock down that three, but a quick answer from Eureka.
We'll have a timeout, but we're going to stay here. Only 38 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Red Devils trail this game by 18. Looking to get back into this game early. Both teams going to talk it over.
And our third advertisement, Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka, locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney. Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. You can get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
Back here with first quarter action. Inside the hands of Callahan. Having herself a great game so far. Going to be Rutherford guarding her. Jackson almost coming up with the steal. Tried to make that inside pass inside the hands of Moore. And she pushes up the sideline. One man to beat. Moore goes up and Moore. Laney Moore, the sophomore, able to finish over her defender.
Yeah, Moore continuing to fight through some contact. And remember, she's very good at moving the ball very quickly.
And Callahan is fouled. She tries to go up for that layup. I believe the foul is going to go against Scarborough.
Yeah, not so sure about that foul call. It did look like the ball she's able to roll the ball off her fingertips, but she does a great job at drawing that contact and now is being able to have an opportunity here to add on to the Prairie Fire's lead.
Zarello checking back into this game. And Callahan, her first miss at the line tonight. And the crowd getting into it as they did their best to distract her at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest things about the Red Devils fans here. They just get so engaged every single time.
And Callahan not going to make the same mistake twice as she splits the free throws. And some more miscommunication, I have some substitutions for Knox. I thought Callahan was coming out of this game. She will actually. Subbing in for her is another Callahan. I'm going to go off an assumption. They went to the same high school with the same last name. Most likely sisters. Webb fires up a triple at the buzzer. Won't go. 29-12 here. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan. You're watching in to ECTV right here at the City Blues Technology Broadcast booth. We'll be back with first half coverage.
Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
And welcome back to first half coverage here on ECTV. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan. You guys are listening in from the City Blues Technology Broadcast booth. Red Devils trailed this game early on, 29-12. Kind of picked it up in those last 4 minutes of that first quarter. Matthew, what are some things, some positive things from that first quarter that we can carry over into the second?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a very slow start from Eureka, but they did start to pick things up a little bit. Obviously move the ball with a little bit more momentum. And, I mean, of course, our offense isn't where we want it to be right at this exact moment, but at the same time, our defense has been getting hotter in these last couple of minutes to end the first quarter. And, of course, you hope to keep that up going into the second quarter.
On the floor for the Red Devils right now, it'll be Webb, Moore, Rutherford, Zarello, and Scarborough. And I believe we have a technical as Castillo will be shooting a technical free throw.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting way to start the second quarter. I'm not really sure.
2 free throws. So one of two things happened here. Either it was a double technical foul, which I'm going to say didn't happen because we had someone thrown out of the game if they picked up 2 techs. It was a foul called. It was a foul called at the end of the first quarter, and they're rewarding her with those free throws now in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's most definitely that second option there. But unfortunately, she does knock down both of those free throws, making it now a 31-12 game in favor of Knox.
It'll be Webb bringing it up for the Red Devils. Callahan guarding her. Kylie Callahan. Moore, corner triple, thought about it. The CEO on her, she's doubled. Rutherford fires up her 3, no good. Coming down with the rebound. And we got some fouls called. Foul going to go against Zarello. Guess they saying it was too much contact on that box out.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, I would have liked to see Moore maybe take that 3. She seemed wide open.
Down here completely. And Zarello cleans it up. Acuna thought she had a free lane, but Zarello coming out of nowhere to track down that. What a chase down block.
That's exactly the type of hustle you want to see from Eureka. I'm sure Coach Hedrick is very pumped about that one.
Callahan driving in. She's fouled. Scarborough will pick up her first foul of the night. Kylie Callahan will go to the line. We'll have Holtz and Nahira checking back into this game, coming in for Zarello, Scarborough. Those two play some great minutes. Kylie Callahan looking to add to the lead for Knox.
She is currently 8 for 9 at the line. Make that 8 for 10.
Well, that broadcaster jinx working in our favor though. Callahan not able to make that second one, but she will clean it up with her own offensive rebound. Crossover move on Rutherford. Tried to get it into Acuna, not quite able to do it.
Yeah, you got to get those. Can't let Knox have this opportunity here.
Rizmendi drives against Holtz. Left hand layup good. Nahira inbounds it to Webb. Webb looking to set it up here. Callahan guarding her. Moore fires up a right wing triple. Not able to get it. Callahan tracks it down. She's going to slow it down. Crossover move here. Moore applying great defensive pressure. Ends up in the hands. Back in the hands of Callahan. I'm sorry. Left corner triple. No good. Rutherfield down with the board. In the hands of Webb.
Gotta hustle here. You're outnumbered.
And Rutherfield going to stop and pop. Take the easy 2 points there.
Thankfully, Nahira able to work that one out.
Because Holtz was open in that corner. As Holtz slapped the ball out of Acuna's hand. He's going to stay here with Knox. 14-33. About 8:20 remaining in this first half. Watching in on ECTV here at the City Blues Technology Broadcast Booth. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan.
And if you're Eureka in this situation, you want to keep up that momentum, keep scoring those easy buckets, keep applying pressure as Moore just did right there.
As you mentioned, Matthew, they kind of heard you say it. Moore applying that defensive pressure, going to end up with a steal. She'll be fouled by Rizmendi. Kind of lagged out there for a second, Matthew. It sounded like I heard someone say my name.
And this is good for Eureka because now they have the ball on their side of the court. The clock does stop.
Webb inbounding to Nahira. Defensive pressure on her. Finds Jackson. Jackson almost lost it. Dancing. Holtz fires up a midi. No good. Rebound down. Rizmendi. She's going to push the pace. Over to Acuna. And Acuna going to get hit with the foul. The travel call.
Yeah, and that'll be Knox's 6th turnover of the game. Starting to catch up to Eureka here a little bit in terms of turnovers.
Edez Acuna up to 12 points, her first turnover of the game. She's been very productive for the women of Knox. In the hands of Jackson. Looking for Holtz on the high post. Smaller defender guarding her. Holtz going to fire up a midi. No good.
Holtz on back-to-back drives, unable to drop that mid-range.
Acuna drives, finds Carpenter. In the hands of Callahan. Callahan, baseline drive. No good. Jackson, defensive rebound. Holtz, right side of the court. Euro step. Holtz kind of got lost on that play. Her defender cut. She kind of anticipated that Euro and cut her off. And Holtz wasn't able to bring the ball back over to the left-hand side.
Yeah, like you said, she tried to go with that Euro step right there, but she was heavily defended, and she really had nowhere to go. So at that point, all she was able to do was just throw the ball in the air. Luckily, it does stay with Eureka.
Webb inside to Ness. Ness working Acuna. Ness not able to get it. Acuna tracks down the board. Acuna pushing the pace. Gonna take it all the way. Acuna stop, floater. Offensive rebound, Acuna. And one for Acuna. She's just all over the place. Her 3rd rebound and her 14th point on the night. She'll get herself her 2nd trip to the line, currently 2 for 2.
Yeah, and I mean, that's so huge for Acuna. She's able to get a defensive stop, then she hustles all the way to the other side of the court gets her own rebound, and then puts it back up for the 2 points and one.
I mean, those are just plays that make any coach fall in love with that type of effort from a player. As you mentioned, Matthew, the stop, miss, get her own rebound, put it back up, and one. Almost a perfect possession. And we've been getting a few of these. I don't even know what to call it at these points, but referee having some discussion with two of our men's players, Pee Wee Brown and Dylan Logston, on the sideline. Josie Ness get ready to inbound it. But as I was saying, we've been having a few of these possessions where the refs have kind of reset the entire game and made the girls inbound it the way they want to inbound it. I'm kind of confused on what's going on with that.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird situation there.
As Jackson swings up a three, not able to get it. And ball tapped out of bounds by Ariz Mendy. Gonna stay here with the Red Devils.
Good job there by Jackson to find that room to have an open three. Unfortunately, unable to knock it down. But once again, Eureka does maintain the basketball.
Abascal, pump fake, drive. Not able to get it. A great drive there from Abascal. Try to finish over the contact. Gonna earn herself her first trip to the line. Try to get her first points of the night.
Yeah, and it's not the easiest thing to do either. I mean, we saw Abascal just try to squeeze her way through two defenders, and she did draw the contact. Unfortunately, didn't get the bucket, but she is at the line here, hoping to add on to Eureka's point total.
In the game for both teams, Abascal at the line. She shares the floor with Webb, Jackson, Ness, and Nahira in the backcourt.
Abascal is a sophomore here at Eureka. She transferred from Greenville, a school that we play quite often.
Yeah, a bit of a... Gonna be Ariz Mendy with it. Kuna, corner, Carpenter, no good, not able to get it. Comes down with the offensive rebound. The Schoonover with that offensive rebound.
It was a great pass there from Ariz Mendy. Unfortunately for Knox, they were unable to get that three there.
And Kylie Callahan getting ready to check into this game. On the floor right now for Knox. Got Schoonover, Mendy, the CO, Carpenter, and Callahan. Or Callahan will be checking to the game. Riz Mendy currently in. And after her one made free throw, Schoonover will be coming out of this game, splitting those free throws. Starters back in for Knox. They look to close out this second half of this second quarter.
Yeah, and Eureka's really going to have to pick things up here and try to find something to work if they want to come back into this game.
Nahira lost it. Inside, the CO, mid-range, good. The CO making this a 23-point lead for Knox.
And that's one of those off the dribble, just pick it up and shoot buckets for the CO.
And we got a corner-made basket there from the sophomore, as you just mentioned, transferring over from Greenville. The CO tries the matches, not able to get it. Rebound. Back in the hands of Ariz Mendy. Medina driving on Jackson. And Medina able to finish through the contact. Another and one opportunity here for Knox as Jackson picks up that foul.
And that's a really, really great screen there from Ariz Mendy in order to get Medina to the line. I mean, that really just opens up a lane for Medina just to kind of curl around some of her defenders and drive to the basket and have the opportunity to make it a three-point play.
Rutherford, Finley checking into this game for the Red Devils. A little over 5.5 remaining in this first half. Ness over to Nahira in the backcourt. Nahira. Rutherford looks for Ness, not able to get it. She's trapped. Corner Nahira. Inside to Ness. And Ness is stripped by Callahan. Inside the CO. Two-pointer is good.
Ness maybe letting her guard down a little bit on that play, not being aware of where the Knox players are at.
And we're going to get an and one here as Nahira is able to finish through the contact.
Good job there by Nahira to make the quick catch, spin, fight through contact, and get the shot up.
Max Nahira, her first trip at the line to try to cut into this lead. Red Devils do currently trail by 23. 5 minutes remaining in this first half. You're watching in on ECTV. Here at the City Blues Technology broadcast booth. It's gonna be Rizmindi over to DeCio, fires up a triple, good. DeCio boosting up that lead to 26 for her team.
And once again, it's that Arizmendi-DeCio duo. Just the quick pass into the corner, get the shot up, and unfortunately another turnover here.
Rizmindi, DeCio, fast break, good. And she kind of got shoved there by Nahira, not purposely, but couldn't slow herself down. She tried to get that stop, and DeCio, another trip here at the line for Knox. I mean, it seems like they're living at the line so far. What are some things we can kind of do to slow down on that fouling here, Matthew?
Yeah, and I mean, of course, right now the biggest thing for Eureka is just getting back on defense, especially from Acuna's perspective. She is just constantly speeding back and forth, and that is allowing Eureka just not to have enough time to get back there and defend, which is why she's able to get so many easy layups, and in this case, allow herself to get to the line.
Be Finley checking into this game for Knox. Scarborough brings it up, fires over a pass in the hands of Abascal. Working on DeCio. Top, Rutherfield, triple, no good. Moore tracks down the old board, and Moore is fouled as DeCio got a little too happy with her hands. And we got a replay here as, yeah, just a little too overzealous on that contact. Nahira.
Yeah, it looked like Nahira was a little bit shaken up after the play. Luckily, she is okay. She was quick to her feet, but
basketball is a contact sport, so you're going to have some loose plays like that, unfortunately, in the game. That's just how the game works. With most contact sports, you're going to get touched up. That's a part of the game.
Yeah, and personally, that's one of the reasons why I love this sport. Even with football too, I mean, I just love seeing the contact. Of course, I don't want to be a part of it either.
Yeah, that was the one good thing I was good at basketball. As Moore knocks down her first triple to cut into that lead a bit for the Red Devils.
And that's just another quick catch and shoot. Great job by Moore to knock that one down and extend the point total from Eureka.
Medina not able to get it. Red Devils track down the rebound. It was Redgate with the rebound. Fires up a triple, not able to get it.
Well, that was definitely the right idea there. I mean, wide open three. Can't pass those opportunities up. Unfortunately, unable to convert.
And if you're Scarborough, you just have to take that triple every time. If Lainey Moore tried poking the ball out of bounds, as you mentioned, Matthew, completely open.
And I mean, Moore has been playing really great defense all game. She's been on every single person, not really giving up on the play. Exactly what you want to see. Great effort there from Lainey Moore, the sophomore.
And we're going to take a quick break here. Matthew Swan, Kareem Burnett on ECTV. Continue to tune in. First half coverage.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
And welcome back to first half coverage here on ECTV as Carpenter comes right out of the half and knocks down a corner triple. Matthew Swan, Kareem Burnett.
Obviously, for you watching at home, that's not the way you want to come back but
And it's Moore. Not able to get the left-hand layup. Medina comes down with it. And Medina left-hand layup good as she's able to score over Scarborough.
yeah, Medina, really great job at just pushing through and being able to get that shot up. Remember, she was All Midwest Conference first team selection last season.
Bria Medina up to 8 points on the night, 4 for 7 inside the hands of Scarborough. She's going to get it over. And not able to get it there. Rutherford pulled up that mid-range. Medina pushing the ball in traffic again. Webb guarding her. Over to Rizmendi. Back to Medina. Inside the hands of Carpenter. Rizmendi drives. Corner triple, thought about it.
Great ball movement here from Knox.
Lainey Moore inside that lane, and Lainey Moore going to end up with the steal. And she was all over that defensive possession.
Yeah, she continues to be a defensive threat.
And Redgate, Elena Redgate scoring her first points of the night with that pass from Moore.
And that's why turnovers and steals are just so beneficial for Eureka, especially at this point in the game, being down by this much.
Finley opening that corner, thought about shooting, not going to take it. Spoon over. And Carpenter, back-to-back triples coming out of that timeout. And
not much you can do there. Carpenter barely just getting that shot up and over her defender.
And Redgate not able to get that one. As Schoonover comes down with the rebound, back in the hands of Medina. 56-25 here. A minute and a half remaining in this first half. Cream Burnett, Matthew Swan on the call. Watching in ECTV. Medina, drive, floater, good.
And Medina's footwork just continues to be on point here. On defense and offense.
She's extremely adept at using that floater. Use her speed, getting to the lane as Lainey Moore tried to use her speed. But it was Schoonover with a great defensive effort there.
Moore having a little bit of trouble fighting through that contact and getting the shot to go
Carpenter,
through.
another three. No good. And if you're the Red Devils, you have to be wiping off sweat. Carpenter missed that wide open three.
Yeah, that's always a little bit scary when you give up a non-contested three. Thankfully, she did miss that one.
Maya Webb, the head of the offense, directing traffic here. Calling for the screen. Redgate gonna set the screen. Webb, crossover, no good as she threw up a floater off that crossover.
Yeah, needed just a little bit of more power there in that shot.
Schoonover, back in the hands of Medina. Rizmendi, thought about it. Medina, top of the key. Rizmendi, great ball movement here by Knox. Mindy getting into traffic. Not able to convert on that drive. That was Sarah Finley being guarded by Redgate, and she's not able to convert those 2 points.
I'm not sure what happened there, but it looked like Moore just left for a minute.
You gotta hope everything is all well with Moore.
Yeah, it looked like she looked at her bench and shook them off, or maybe saying she's okay. Maybe she just needs water or something.
Now 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Maya Webb driving, scoop layup, good. It's Webb able to score with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Webb right there to just drive up the lane. Great job at getting the ball to roll off that right hand. And if you're Eureka, that's exactly how you want to end this first half, with that spark of momentum.
27-58 here. The Red Devils trail this game by 31. You're watching on ECTV. Kareem Burnett and Matthew Swans here at City Blues Technology broadcast booth. Continue to tune in with us as we'll be back with second half coverage.
The airwaves just got a refresh, and you need to spin your dial to 103.1 to find out. EC 103.1 is your latest and freshest option at your disposal, with the latest alternative rock hits, new personalities, and live sporting events at Eureka College. With an award-winning pedigree, EC 103.1 will quickly be the only thing you want to hear on your radio. Now on the FM airwaves and streaming globally on iHeartRadio. EC 103.1, your rock alternative.
Welcome to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
Hello, and welcome to the Eureka College Halftime Show. I'm here with the theater director, Cheyenne Flores. How are you doing today, Cheyenne?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. I'd like to start by asking what your background in theater is.
Oh, absolutely. So, like most theater people, I started my background at community theater at the local opera house. And then from there, once I had opportunities in high school, I jumped on them, did everything that I could. Once I went to undergrad, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to do a career in theater. I studied mainly costuming. That was honestly my first love. But I realized there was more out there for me, more that I wanted to do. So I went and got my Master of Arts from Illinois State University, and now I'm here.
Do you have any plans to continue your education in theater?
Absolutely. I want to go get my PhD, but mainly because I want to teach college students at the end of the day, and that is the next logical step for me.
Oh, that makes total sense. What made you fall in love with theater?
Theater has this ability to just encapsulate this magical idea and just the spectacle of it all. Just the lights, the cameras, the costumes, the dancing. I've always loved that aspect, but most importantly, it's imagination at the end of the day. We were kids in the backyard playing princesses and heroes, and now we're on stage playing princesses and heroes and maybe a villain or two.
So imagination really fills the drive for being on stage as an actor.
Absolutely. When people ask me where I come from, I always say that I've had a creative heart, and I just want to keep creating, and I want to keep giving students access to create things that they wouldn't normally think of.
Yeah. Continuing our imagination into adulthood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that. How has your experience been at Eureka College Theater?
Eureka College has honestly been one of the best experiences for me. I kind of got thrown in halfway through the year, and I didn't know what I had entailed, but I have the most dedicated students because it's a smaller college, because we have the sources that we have. I require a lot from my students to get the production to a point that it needs to be, and you guys, because you are one of my acting students, you have put so much effort and so much energy into what it is. It makes my job easier, to be honest.
Yes. That's amazing. It's definitely been a delight to be a part of such an experience from a student standpoint. What are your hopes for the future of Eureka College Theater?
My hopes is always to expand. I want more people in the theater, more people comfortable with being involved in theater, whether they have a theatrical background or not. You know, theater is supposed to be a welcoming space. It's all about ensemble work. Our goal, believe it or not, is to make friends in a lot of ways, and to make beautiful experiences for both the audiences and for ourselves. We only ever have maybe 3 months to do something. So to have a bigger collective will always be my goal. Always bring more in.
Have you enjoyed doing the smaller shows?
I do enjoy the smaller shows. Last semester we had an all-female cast, and that was a really unique experience. Honestly, I don't think it's an experience that I will have very often in my life. And to have an all-female cast means that we get to joke in different ways. The environment was a little bit different, but I look forward to bringing in as many students so that they know what it's like, we have this scary idea of standing in front of the stage, but really it can be a lot of fun. I know I've told you this, and I've told my other students, when you're on stage, imagine you're talking to your best friend. And that's what I always hope for all of them, that we all become best friends. Well, you guys can be friends.
Yes. What has been your favorite part of being a part of Eureka College Theater?
Honestly, just the memories. The rehearsals, the group text, the late night emails wondering, do we have rehearsal tomorrow? All of you guys, or at least my experience so far, is all my students also have jobs. They have academic careers, they have all these other aspects, and theater is just another job for them to take on. So my hopes is that we continue to build a welcoming environment for others to come in. You know, I've worked with students that didn't have a theatrical background before, and then there's those who do have a theatrical background, and we find this beautiful middle ground of being like, oh, this is how I can help you, this is how I can get you where we all collectively need to be. So to make theater about building friendships, building connections, building experiences for both the ensemble and audience, I think Eureka College has nothing but endless possibilities of where that can go.
Do you have a favorite memory from the previous shows you've done here?
Oh, that one's a hard one too. I will say, just last night I made all of you guys do Just Dance. Yes. As a warm-up, we played Just Dance, and that was a lot of fun.
That was very fun.
For the Wolves, there was a lot of fun memories of learning how to do the stretches and learning the tempo, learning all of those aspects. Just a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, and you know, it's one of those situations that even 20 years from now, you could tell your potential children in your life, hey, one time I played a soccer player and she had to have a mental breakdown on stage. And it was honestly a really rewarding experience. Yeah. And you learn and you grow and you have these funny little memories that you forget about until you're like, oh, that's where that jersey came from in the back of my closet.
It's beautiful. Is there anything you would like to end on today?
I would just like to remind people that theater is for everyone. It's for anyone and everyone. I love working with people from different backgrounds. I love working with people who are new to theater, who haven't been around theater for a lot, or who left theater and are choosing to come back. Approaching theater in this new adult life of yours as college students means you get to approach more serious subjects, and I hope to bring that to students, stuff that they care about, stuff that they find entertaining, but also stuff that makes them grow a little bit. That's always my hope.
It's amazing. It was so wonderful to talk with you today, Cheyenne. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more on Eureka College ECTV.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills, so you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, being a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Calvin got diagnosed June 10th of 2018. He has rhabdomyosarcoma, a soft tissue cancer. But St. Jude has covered everything. And coming here, they're like, we are going to do everything we can. And when they say everything, they mean everything. St. Jude is like the gold at the end of a rainbow for a family like ours. They've really given our family hope. And we are so grateful and thankful for everything.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
When people ask us who we are, we tell them we're problem solvers, opportunity creators, community builders, and change makers. We are Rotary. Around the world, our network of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, and leaders volunteer their skills, expertise, and resources to solve issues and address community needs. We are people of action. Join us, and together, we can make an even greater impact. Find out how you can get involved at rotary.org/action.
You're not.
And welcome back to second half coverage here on ECTV. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan, you guys are tuned in. Matthew, Red Devils trailed this game big in his first half, down by 31, 58-27. But still some positive to take away from this game, still some negative. What are some things that stood out to you so far?
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with the positives here from Eureka. Obviously, like you mentioned, not the first half we were looking for, but they are, not giving up. They're staying with every single play, and we've seen that specifically on their defense several times. They keep tipping the ball, which allows them to get that turnover, which is always great for their offense. Now, some negatives for Eureka. The shooting has not been there, and of course, even though our defense has been decent, we're still giving up all these extra points to the Prairie Fire. I mean, it's not really a matter of not getting those rebounds. We've been doing that pretty well with 8 offensive rebounds already. And of course, defensive rebounds haven't been a problem. It's just that Knox has been so good offensively. It's kind of one of those instances when it's just, you really can't do much about it. They're just shooting really well.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, Matthew, our defense has been exceptionally well. It's just we've had some defensive lapses as well. Acuna and DeCio has just gotten in that backcourt, and they've been leaking out all games to get easy layups. We seen earlier as Zarella was able to track down and block one of those layups, but a lot of times it's led to points. And it'll be in the hands of Riz Mandini. Sorry. Acuna with it. Thought about it. And stolen by Holtz. She tracked down that loose ball.
Yeah, there's that great defense that we were just talking about.
Ness with it. Nahira. Low block. Ness gets it. Not able to get it. And it's Callahan tracking down that defensive rebound in the hands of Acuna. She's going to push it. Thought about hitting it to DeCio on that leak out. Not going to do it. Over to Callahan. It does ends up in the hands of DeCio. Driving on Holtz. And a travel call as Medina, moved that pivot foot on that jab step.
Yeah, and Medina obviously having a little bit of trouble playing with all of that defensive pressure on her. Great job there by Eureka to continue their hot defensive streak.
Webb with it. Medina guarding her. Over to Holtz. Holtz triple, gonna shoot it. Not able to get it. And it's going to be a Riz Mindy tracking down that rebound, and she's trapped in the backcourt, slitting her way through. Holtz tried to set the charge. DeCio fires up a triple. No good. Offensive rebound. Callahan, DeCio back in the hands of her. And Acuna tried to get it, going to end up in the hands of Webb instead. Nahira.
Got to move here.
Jackson, wide open triple. Shoots it. And good.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want if you're Eureka. They had numbers against Knox. And a great job there now that as the ball's turned over. But as I was saying, they had numbers on Knox, and luckily Jackson was found for an open three.
It's going to be inbounding Ness, inbounding it to Webb. Red Devils trying to come out with some intensity in this second half. We'll get a replay here. On that pass is Jackson. Just wide open, lined that one up, got square with the rim, was able to knock down that triple. You see that follow through? Very important for a shooter.
Yeah, and that's also really great court vision there from Nahera to be able to just kind of sling it across the court. Overall, a great offensive play there from the Red Devils.
Yeah, a lot of times coaches hate that cross-court pass, but in an instance like that where you had a fast break and odd numbers in your favor, that was a great pass. Great heads-up pass by Nahira. And some more miscommunication here. There's been a lot of delay in this game just on the ref side. It's been mostly inbounding plays. I'm not sure what's going on with that right now. Refs communicating, and they're finally going to get it in as Webb will bring it up here. Nahira with it. Thought about Holtz. Going to give it to Ness instead. Ness working on Callahan, and Ness going to draw the foul against Callahan.
Yeah, great job there by Ness playing in the trying to post up. The quick 360, unfortunately unable to get that shot knocked down, but she does a great job at drawing contact and now gets this chance here for some free throws.
Josie Ness, the senior out of Sandwich, Illinois. Her first look at the line is good. Josie Ness very vital to this team. She's top 5 in rebounding in the Women's SLIAC Basketball Conference. She had some near 20-20 games. As Holtz tracked down that rebound, finds the three, not able to get it. Rebound by Mindy.
Holtz has been looking for that three all game. Unfortunately, still in search, but
Medina, handoff to Acuna, no good. Ends up in the hands of the CEO, and she's able to get a floater. Red Devils now trail this game by their biggest deficit, 30 points. Their second largest deficit. As Jackson tried to draw the contact, and it's going to go out of bounds, I believe, on Acuna.
Yeah, the one ref said it was actually Knox's basketball, but yeah, no, to me it definitely looked like that went off of the hands of Knox, and it will stay with Eureka.
Yeah, usually in a situation like that, the veteran ref or whoever's closest to the basket is going to get the final say-so in that call. As Ness gets it down low, Acuna on her. Ness not able to get it. And it will be Carpenter tracking down that rebound. Almost lost it. Nahira's going to end up with the steal, and Nahira going to get the 2 points.
Yeah, so Ness was playing in the post. Unfortunately, a little too strong on the shot there, but great job by Nahira to steal the ball back and knock down that bucket.
Acuna crossover dribble move, was able to get her own offensive rebound. And if you're the Red Devils, you can just not allow a girl to get the rebound over 5 other girls. four other great jerseys. You have to track down that rebound.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like you said, Kareem, when you have numbers, you have to make sure you're boxing out and get in front of somebody. And obviously, the main goal, like you said, you want that basketball in your hands.
I think on a play like that is just, and I played basketball in high school, so I know how it is. You're kind of expecting your teammate, whoever is closest to the ball, to go after the rebound. But as I mentioned in the last broadcast, my high school coach always said, when the ball goes up, you find the body. That prevents offensive rebounds like that from happening. When Acuna shoots her shot, someone has to take on that challenge and go box her out to keep her from getting her own rebound. It'll be Webb bringing it up here. Webb getting the call, hand off to Jackson. Holtz want it, gonna get it. Holtz, top of the key, now right wing, inside to Ness. Dribble past the Ness. Holtz missing that floater. We're gonna get a jump ball here. And I'm totally gonna have to disagree with the ref on that call. But it will stay here, Red Devils ball. It's Webb gonna be the inbounder.
Yeah, I mean the big picture is that Eureka keeps the basketball.
And Holtz able to get a leaning floater there to add to the Red Devils' points, 34-62 here.
But like you said, Kareem, that ref making some questionable calls.
And the Red Devils picking up their intensity here as they're now trapping Medina in that backcourt, not letting her use her speed to get into the full court.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see from Eureka's defense. Several players on one person with the basketball. Unfortunately, it is staying with Knox, but like you mentioned, Kareem, Eureka picking up the intensity on defense.
Medina driving on Jackson. Out to Callahan. Her triple no good. That was Carpenter shot that three. Nahira outlet pass to Webb. Webb 2-on-2 break. Webb gonna bump, use her size, not able to get it. Tracks down the O board. Out to Holtz. Nahira with it. Back in the hands of Webb. Webb able to knock down that three after a bunch of great passes from the Red Devils.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, great ball movement all around, but once again, there's an offensive rebound, something we have talked about quite often in our pregame.
The CEO trying to match Webb's triple, not able to get it. In the hands of Webb. Outlet to Holtz, stolen by Acuna. Medina drives. The CEO with it, and the CEO able to find the glass on that shot over Jackson.
Yeah, and Eureka building up their momentum, obviously, because of it maybe moving too fast, which caused that turnover.
Holtz, triple, good! Bryn Holtz, behind the back dribble move to get open for that triple.
And there's that three that we were talking about from Holtz that we've been wanting to see all game. She's finally able to knock it down.
And Bryn Holtz knocked down that triple. We're gonna get a replay here. Look at that great ball movement as Webb was set up for that right wing triple. She's able to knock that down. To be the CEO, her first look at the free throw line in this second half with a little over 5.5 remaining in this third quarter. Kareem Burnett and Matthew Swan on the call here on ECTV at the City Blues Technology broadcast booth.
Yeah, back to that replay. It's just another one of those quick catch and shoot. You're trying to get rid of the ball, but at the same time, you are still trying to be accurate. And that's exactly what Eureka did on that drive.
I mentioned this in last week's men's broadcast. When we played Cornell, that swing pass, when the team's kind of playing help side, or that heavy trap and double team defense, someone furthest from the ball is going to be open, and it's your job as a team to make those extra passes to get that person open. And the Red Devils were able to execute that swing perfectly and earn themselves 3 points. It's going to be DeCio missing both of her free throws, if I'm not mistaken. Rutherfield checking into this game with it. She checks in along with sophomore Laney Moore. Jackson over to Rutherfield. Rutherfield fires up a triple, not able to get it. Ariz Mindy comes down with the rebound.
That's a good idea from Eureka.
And DeCio just sitting in that pocket waiting for that pass, and she's able to get another easy 2 points.
Unfortunately, unable to convert on that three from Eureka, but
Jackson spinning, driving, she's blocked. Going to get the rebound. Webb is open in the corner. Back to Jackson, fires up a corner three. Jackson not able to get it. Nahira crashing the old glass, and she puts another point on the board for the Red Devils.
Yeah, great job to recover there. Like you said, Kareem Jackson was open in that corner, but good thing from Eureka to be able to still get the easy 2.
Carpenter fires up her triple. No good. Moore taps it. And Moore is fouled on that rebound, so it's going to be Red Devils basketball. Jackson will inbound it.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying, I mean, Eureka still building up their momentum here. They're still down by quite a lot, obviously, but the thing is, when you're building up your momentum, you want to still try to control the ball to the best of your ability. And for Eureka, you know, you still don't want to rush anything, and that's kind of what they have been doing. So maybe on this drive, just try to slow things down a little bit.
The Abascal checking into this game. She checks in for Jackson. Her first looks at second half minutes. Webb going to fire it from deep. Not able to get it. Knox going to track down the rebound. Ends up in the hand of Callahan.
Great defense from Abascal.
And Abascal harassing her defender. Excuse me, being the harassing defender. Back in the hands of Callahan. She's going to get the screen. Thought about it. Going to drive on Jackson. Off the foot of Jackson. We're going to get a kickball violation.
Yeah, right up to that point, Knox moving the ball really well, almost to the point where everyone is getting a hand on the ball. But it'll stay with Knox here on this drive.
On the floor for the Red Devils, you got Webb, Moore, Redgate, Rutherford, and Abascal. And it's almost stolen by Webb inside the hands of Medina. And she's, looks like Redgate got a little hand on there. Webb gonna drive it, fast break, stop. And Redgate earning herself as 2 points as she ran the floor. And that's what you want to do when your big man makes a great defensive play. You want to feed them on the offensive side.
Yeah, that's a really great job there to spot Redgate running up the middle and just be able to give a quick pass. And nice job by Redgate, obviously, to catch and finish the bucket.
And there's going to be more called for that foul against Callahan. A bit too aggressive on that play, the refs are going to say. And Zarello checking into this game for Webb.
Yeah, and it is, now that we are in the second half, you do want to watch out for any foul trouble. Usually that tends to happen quite often towards the end of a basketball game.
And Zarello coming in and making an immediate impact. And she poked the balls out of the hands of Riz Mindy on that play.
And that's another thing you want to see from Eureka. We didn't talk about it in the pregame, but bench strength is a very, very crucial thing, and that's something Eureka's obviously showing really well here.
Medina drives and not able to get it. Zarello tracking down that rebound. Gonna push it up baseline. Slowing it down here. Moore, triple. No good. Abascal fighting for it. And it's gonna be out of bounds. It's gonna be Knox ball. That was great hustle there by Abascal. Had the taller defender on her. Didn't give up that play. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it. It's gonna be Knox ball.
Yeah, and another unfortunate thing, that three was no good. Great pass there by Zarello. Another great example of court vision. But like you said, Kareem, it is going to be Knox basketball.
It'll be in the hands of Medina. She's going to drive, taking it inside. Floater, good. Medina taking it the full length of the court and getting herself another 2 point.
That's a great job by Medina to take her time and know where the defenders are and still be able to knock that down.
Rutherford going to get tangled up against Ariz Mindy. Going to stay here, Red Devils basketball.
Both teams seem to be moving the ball a lot faster.
3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Kareem Burnett and Matthew Swan on the call here at ECTV. Inside the hands of Lainey Moore. She's going to drive on her defender. Scoop layup, good. Lainey Moore with a 2 point left hand layup. It's going to be Callahan leaking out, Carpenter leaking out. And she's fouled by Moore.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Moore not being afraid to play through contact. On that last drive, though, she just seemed to pretty much just run around everybody, almost uncontested, allowing her to get that open bucket. And she does a great job also in transition to get on defense. Unfortunately, though, she does foul, and that gives Carpenter the opportunity here for some free throws.
Lainey Moore, the sophomore, she's had major improvement from her first year. A lot of those easy layups or fast break layups where she was just moving too fast, she would miss last year. I'm seeing her improve on that and be using her physicality and her speed to finish through and over the contact. Much praise is given for her. It'll be Abascal with it, though. working her defender in the hands of Moore. Moore driving, falling. And it's going to be Medina picking up that foul on Lainey Moore's drive.
Yeah, once again, Moore pushing through some contact. And like we mentioned in the pregame, that's something she did against Dominican too, in which she was able to put up a huge amount of points for the Red Devils.
It'll be Webb back into this game for Abigail. She'll be the inbounder on this possession. Knox making some substitutions as well. The CO checking back into this game for Callahan. Webb. Inside pass. Zarello not able to get it. Zarello, old board. Not able to get it again. And it'll end up in the hands of Ariz Mendy.
And I'm surprised there's no whistle at all. Zarello really taking a beat down.
And Zarello able to get back into the play and get the rebound.
Great job to stay with the play and keep the ball in bounds and keep it with the Red Devils.
Schoonover missed that corner triple for Knox. Ness working Schoonover, trying to get position, does get position, gonna kick it out. Stolen by Carpenter. We got a replay here on that bang bang play as Moore kind of tripped over the feet of Medina.
Yeah, and we keep saying it over and over again. Moore, and now it seems like Zarello just really playing in a lot of contact. Not necessarily a bad thing, but unfortunately the Red Devils don't have anything to show for it up to this point.
And it'll be Carpenter getting, I believe this is her first look at the line in this game. Excuse me, this is her second look at the line. She's 2 for 8, all 3-pointers, 2 for 8 from the 3. She knocked down 2 of them, missed the other 6-7 points in this game for her.
Yeah, and if Carpenter has that opportunity to have some free throws, she's going to take it for sure as she knocks that one down right there.
It's going to be Webb bringing it up. Medina guarding her. Webb driving in. Nahira thought about it. Spin move, fade away. Not able to get it. Inside the hands of Jackson. And we're going to get a travel call. And that's one of those plays as Jackson and Scarborough got tangled up in a loose ball rebound. And both of them kind of end up walking with the basketball here.
Yeah, and once again, that's the thing. You know, you're so caught up in the moment, but you don't want to give away those free turnovers. And unfortunately, Jackson unable to sell that one as if she didn't travel.
It'll be Callahan checking back into this game for Knox. A little under 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And we're going to get a foul here. I believe we're in the bonus. So it'll be free throws here for Knox. It's Medina. She's going to earn herself another trip to the line. Excuse me, it's her second trip to the line. She's up to 12 points. I'm looking at the stat sheet here for both teams. What instantly stands out to me, Serena DeCio, 9 for 14 on the night, 3 for 6 from 3. She's up to 24 points. I mean, a handful of her points have just coming from straight up leaking out and the Red Devils not getting back defensively, and she's gotten herself some easy layups.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about her in the pregame, but yeah, she is in her 5th year, and something to remember, her last matchup against Eureka, she was able to hit 5 3-pointers. She did have 19 points to her account. So she's definitely shown off some of her strengths against Eureka for sure.
Scarborough missing that triple for the Red Devils. Medina looking to set up her team, and
Great steal.
Gonna get a steal and gonna take it all the way, and Holtz, and one finish.
Great job there from Holtz to get the steal and just allow the ball to roll off her finger and get the and one.
She's gonna flex a little bit on Schoonover as she was able to get that steal and finish, letting her know she's a little too small to guard her on that possession. Bryn Holtz up to 7 points on the night. Haven't been as efficient shooting-wise, but still making an impact on this game. And she's going to knock down the free throw to give her 8th point of the night.
Yeah, Holtz getting herself a little hyped up there. You can see the excitement, just being able to show off her talent. We know she's a really great basketball player.
And Medina, due to that defensive pressure, going to throw the ball away. It'll be Red Devils basketball. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan on the call.
Yeah, once again, Eureka building up their momentum a little bit. And this is where they have to remember just to slow things down, remember to control the ball. And you'll continue to add on to your point total.
Webb, crossover move on Medina. Callahan, there to help. Ariz Mindy on the help side. Red Devils scrambling for it. We're going to get a jump ball. And it's going to be Knox basketball. Scarborough. Callahan, we're fighting for that loose ball. Got some substitutions here for Knox. Ariz Mindy checking back into this game. We got Ariz Mindy, Callahan, the CEO, Acuna, and Nahira comes with the steal. Jackson layup, good.
Yeah, I was going to say on that last drive, not sure if that's the shot you want to take, but thankfully the Red Devils get it back there and able to get that easy layup.
Almost another steer there for Webb, but she's adding defensive pressure. And we're going to get a charge call as Holtz was in perfect position to draw that charge.
Yeah, that's a great job there by Holtz to stand her ground. Unfortunately, she did fall, but that's exactly what you need to sell the call, and it's going to be Eureka basketball once again.
Bryn Holtz able to draw that charge call. And Nahira going to be the inbounder here. 35 seconds remaining in this quarter. Red Devils basically have the entirety. The shot clock, a 5-second difference between shot and game clock.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No need to rush things here. Try to hold on to the ball and be the last one to shoot in this third quarter.
Holtz, free throw line jumper, no good. In the hands of DeCino. Back in the hands as a give and go there. DeCino not able to get it. DeCino. Acuna going to clean it up instead as her left hand layup is good.
And see, you can't give Knox any extra chances here, which Eureka just did.
Jackson not able to get it quite at the buzzer. 76-51 here. Red Devils trail this game. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan on the call. You're watching in on ECTV here at the City Blues Technology Broadcast booth. We'll be back with fourth quarter coverage.
Feel right at home at Eureka's own Cornerstone Family Restaurant. All-day breakfast, roasted chicken, daily specials, and homemade soups, along with a friendly staff, are here to serve you with smiles. Come in and enjoy Cornerstone Family Restaurant.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
And welcome back to coverage here on ECTV. Kareem Burnett, Matthew Swan. You're watching it in on ECTV at the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Fourth quarter coverage here. I'm sorry about that. Red Devils trail this game 51-76. Matthew, what are some things you've seen from the Red Devils in that third quarter that they'll need to do to kind of get back into this game here in the fourth?
Well, I mean, first off, that was the best quarter I think the Red Devils have played all game. I mean, their momentum has just been building up. They've been driving to the basket a lot more often, and their defense has just continued to stay hot like we've seen in the first half. Obviously, though, you want to make sure that you're not rushing anything. Control the ball. Don't force anything that doesn't need to happen. And we'll see if Eureka can do that right here.
Webb with it. Screen from Nahira. In the hands of Holtz. Holtz from deep. Holtz knocking down a big three-pointer to cut into that lead here in this fourth quarter. A much-needed bucket.
Yeah, another three there from Holtz. Obviously, she's been looking for a lot more all game, but she's able to knock that one down there. Exactly what Eureka needs here. I just got to get back on offense.
It was great defense there from Holtz as well. Able to play without fouling. Holtz going to get hit, but I assume, I'm guessing a foul was called, actually, not a travel. Can't tell who it was called against, but it will be Red Devils basketball. Sideline possession on the floor for the Red Devils. Nahira, Webb, Holtz, Moore, Rutherford. Nahira with it currently. Inside to Moore. And Medina. We got an instant replay here. It's Holtz. Way back there behind that line. Knocks it down. Nothing but net.
Yeah, she really had to arc that one up as she was being heavily defended, almost to the point where she was barely even able to get that shot up, but great job there to knock that one down.
Nahira mid-range jumper, no good, in the hands of DeCio. It's going to be Medina with it. Nahira on her, crossover move in the lane. DeCio fires from deep, and DeCio able to match Bryn Holt's three with a three-pointer of her own, her fourth triple of the night. And DeCio up to 27 points and 3 rebounds.
Yeah, like you said, DeCio continuing to add on to her point total here tonight, and she also continues to be a dangerous threat for the Prairie Fire.
Moore tried to answer that three-point call. One of her own, but not able to get it. Riz Mendy. Medina. Acuna, I'm sorry. Medina, triple. Good. And that's going to be a two-pointer. She was inside that arc.
And see, that's back-to-back drives now where Eureka kind of letting Knox just shoot the ball. Maybe just want to decide to step up here just a little bit, so maybe they become a little bit more contested.
Nahira, mid-range, good. She was able to get that dribble handoff, give and go from Holtz. Riz Mendy driving through contact. Acuna drives, no good. Holtz, rebound. Gonna push the pace. Over to Nahira. Nahira, DeCio to beat. Back to Holtz. Holtz in the lane, no good. Tapped out of bounds by DeCio.
Yeah, and Holtz, maybe not the shot maybe she was looking for. Maybe felt a little bit rushed there, but unfortunately it does go out of bounds, and it is off of Eureka, so it will be Knox basketball once again.
I'm guessing Holtz must have tipped it out of bounds on that play. Got some substitutions here. It's Jackson and Ness checking into this game for the Red Devils. Medina, stop, pop, mini, no good. Acuna, offensive rebound, no good as Ness ends up with it, and she's instantly swarmed by 2 defenders. Medina, drive, pass, and that was a great ball movement there for Knox. 3 great passes as DeCio, her 29th point of the game.
That's right, Kareem, you took the words right out of my mouth. Unfortunately there, Eureka was outnumbered, which is why Knox was able to pass the ball around so many times and convert that nice, easy two-pointer.
Acuna with it. Over to Riz Mendy. And DeCio just on fire here. Her 5th triple of the night. 32 points, and she's 11 for 17. And she just completely owned this game on the scoring aspect.
Yeah, and that's the price you pay when you leave DeCio wide open. She will knock that shot down almost 10 out of 10 times.
Moore not able to get that hop-step layup to go, and she taps it out of bounds. We got some major substitutions coming in for the Red Devils.
Eureka maybe want to think about slowing things down here. Not the start to this 4th quarter they were looking for. And it looks like Knox is starting to pull away here in this 4th quarter.
As mentioned, Zarello, Abascale checking into this game for the Red Devils. Red Devils show this game by 30 points, 56-86 here. A little over 6.5 remaining in this game. And we're going to get most likely a blocking foul against Josie Ness. She was just a little too physical with, I believe that's Kendall Lade on that driving. She's going to get her first look at the line to try to add to this lead for Knox.
Yeah, and it didn't look like Ness used her hands there on that foul, but maybe that's all feet for sure. Maybe she tripped her opponent there, but like you said, Kareem, it is sticking with Knox here.
Yeah, that's what that blocking foul is. It's not necessarily your hands. It's Redgate. It's called for a personal foul there. She did use her hands, but, you know, they say you're supposed to play defense with your feet when you're playing basketball. You shuffle your feet based off where the defender is moving and not necessarily your body. You can't really hip check a person. That's when, as we just seen with Ness, you will get called for that blocking foul.
Yeah, and back to what you said, Kareem, you don't hear that quite often. Play defense with your feet, not your hands. That's something you don't really hear a lot, but that's the truth.
Yeah, that's something I kind of, as I said, I wasn't that great in basketball, but I did listen when my coach spoke. And, you know, that's the whole objective of playing defense. Yeah, steals and blocks are good. You get those with your hands, but You're not going to get a lot of those in the games, and most likely you're going to get defensive stops just by staying solid and moving your feet. But I digress as Zarello has it top of the key, looking for Abigail inside to Redgate. 2 Knox defenders harassing her as the CEO, as we just mentioned, got her hand stuck in the cookie jar.
Yeah, that's right.
It'll be Red Devils basketball. Abigail, Jackson, Redgate, Zarello, and Webb on the floor for the Red Devils. The opposition side. Zarello, corner 3, not able to get it. Knox comes down with the rebound in the hands of Arizmendi.
That's a really great idea there from Redgate to try and set the screen for Zarello. Unfortunately, unable to knock down that triple.
It's Lade with it, looking for the handoff. And a bit of a miscommunication there as Medina was coming over for the handoff. And I'm guessing she wasn't expecting her to come for the handoff. She kind of threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, I was a little confused myself there, but I think you summed it up really well, Kareem. Just some miscommunication from the Prairie Fire.
Abigail, Webb with it now. Back up to Abigail. Looking for Jackson. Able to find Jackson. Jackson driving in. Left hand layup. Good. Jackson slithered through the lane for those 2 points.
Yeah, the defenders, the opponents maybe a little bit too small there for Jackson, who uses all of her power to get through the lane and knock that one down.
We got a foul against Redgate here as Lade kind of drew the contact on that drive. On the court right now for Knox, you got Schoonover, Lade, Arizmendi, and we have some substitutions here. It's May Callahan is checking into this game alongside her.
I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of the Logsdon brothers a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're twins or not, but they're definitely related.
Certainly must be a good feeling to share the basketball court with your brother or sister. As Callahan came into this game, not able to get on the board. Out to Abigail. Abigail driving. Floater. Good. Abigail able to get on the board with that floater.
Good job there by Abigail to knock that one down. Jackson was open outside of the arc, but either way, she's able to convert that one and add on to the point total for Eureka.
Lade tried to get it over Redgate. Redgate instead going to come down with the rebound. Abigail pushing the pace here. And Abigail and one. As Abigail was able to slither her way through and over the contact and finishes the 2 points. She's up to 8 points tonight, looking to make it 9 here.
Yeah, like you said, Kareem, she knocks that one down right there. For Abigail, she starts to pick up the pace a little bit, maybe trying to not necessarily do things herself, but just help them out, help her team out here in a big way.
That's Abigail.
And Eureka's fans starting to get back into it a little bit.
Sophomore, El Paso, Texas. Lightning in the bottom in that backcourt. And Schoonover not able to get her triple to go as Jackson comes down with the rebound.
Red Devils got lucky there. She was wide open.
Moore on the drive. No good. We got a loose ball foul as Lade and Zarello got tangled up on that rebound.
Yeah, once again on that drive, Moore. Perfect route to the basket. Unfortunately, though, she is still just a little bit too strong. But like you said, it'll be Zarello at the line.
A platoon swap here for Knox. The starters come back into this game. You got Carpenter, the CEO, Acuna. Excuse me, not all the starters are into this game. I thought they were. You got Callahan in, Lade, the CEO, and Acuna. And we got a lane violation on those free throws. And it'll be the CEO inbounded it here for Knox. Red Devils trail this game 25, 87-62 here. Callahan, floater, might have been blocked there by Zarello. Outlet to Webb, one man to beat, not able to get it. More offensive rebound. Zarello, top of the key triple, blocked by Acuna. She just tracked that play down, and she's gonna get herself an easy two. And Zarello hustling back to stop the easy two. Instead, going to get a foul call here as Acuna will go to the line.
Well, it was a good job by Zarello defensively to just be able to stop Knox there. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, Kareem, she was blocked on that three, and fortunately she did hustle back to play defense, but she did foul once again, as you mentioned.
Replay here of that Acuna using that length and that wingspan to block the ball and take it the full length of the court. Zarello, no choice but to foul and stop the easy two.
Yeah, and we've been talking about Acuna's offense pretty much all game. And one thing we haven't mentioned is her defense, which is just as beneficial for Knox.
Yeah, Acuna, she's been everywhere defensively. Some plays have ended up in fouls, and she does have 4 fouls on the night, but she has 7 rebounds and 5 assists in this game. And as you mentioned, Matthew, a stat sheet stuffer. She's just been everywhere offensively and defensively. Have really put her footprint to this game. She goes 2 for 2 at the line to give herself 21 points on the night. And we're having some scoreboard issues as the possession arrow, I believe, isn't facing the right way. Possession is showing in way of Knoxville.
Yeah, we've pretty much seen a little bit of everything here tonight. We've seen some questionable calls. We've seen weird stoppages, and
yeah, the delay of games in this game have just been everywhere. I don't really know what to think about it.
Yeah.
But Webb will have it. Nahira jab step against Lade. Stop, pop, midi. Good.
Great job there by Nahira to pick up off the dribble and be able to knock that one down.
Maxine Nahira is just a monster in that triple threat. She used her jab step and block. Bryn Holtz gets the block against Lade as I was complimenting Nahira.
Holtz using all 6'1" of her height there to be able to block that one.
Holtz might have got whacked in the ear or something. She's holding on to her ear. Josie Ness going to sub in for her.
Yeah, that is a tough player, though. She didn't look like she wanted to come out of the game. She did appear to be hurt, but no movement or anything to want to come out.
Absolutely. If you know Bryn Holtz, loves the game of basketball, very intense about it. It's Callahan. Gets that spinning floater to go. Kylie Callahan it was. Jackson driving against the CEO. Gonna pick it up. Back to Nahira. Nahira in that triple threat again. Webb thought about a triple. Gonna get a screen from Nahira instead. Inside to Nahira. Mid-range. Not able to get that. Ness O-board. Blocked there by Callahan. Riz Mindy ends up with it. And Nahira gonna block it over to the scoreboard to stop a fast break.
Yeah, it looked like she basically just punched the basketball out of bounds there. Maybe a mix of not wanting Knox to get the basketball, but also some frustration of not converting on that last drive.
That's actually, a lot of people don't know that, but it's actually illegal to punch the basketball in the game of basketball. It would lead to a turnover or a violation. Don't ask me how I know that.
Speaking from experience.
And the CEO fires up a triple. Not able to get it. Trying to get her 6th triple of the night. And we're going to get a timeout here, I believe. Knox is going to take a timeout. And we're going to take a break as well. Kareem Burnett and Matthew Swan here on ECTV at the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Pizzeria and Pub, owned and operated by brothers Bob and Mike Mayo. Wendy Puff is located in the heart of Eureka and offers a warm and cozy atmosphere with a friendly staff. It's a great place to relax and savor a delicious meal. Here at Wendy Puff, we have a diverse menu to cater to every palate. Whether you're looking to enjoy a family dinner, catch up with friends, or study for your next test or complete that homework assignment, Wendy Puff will provide you with a positive experience and great food. Come as you are to Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub.
And welcome back to fourth cover coverage here. Kareem Burnett and Matthew Swan right here on ECTV at the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Red Devils trail this game 64-91 here at home at Dave Darnell Court in the Reagan Center. Matthew, Red Devils have kind of trailed this game from the jump. They started off down 9-0, took them a while to put some points on the board. They are losing this game and have lost this second half, but If you, in my opinion, the Red Devils have looked like a different team coming out of the second half. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I would say yes. We saw in that third quarter, as I mentioned before, I believe that was probably their best quarter all game. And also, as you mentioned, they did start off slow. Unfortunately, they have been trailing all game, but there have been some positives like there usually are, and I'm sure there will be more as we watch.
Riz Mindy inside to Acuna, driving on Ness, up and under, blocked there by Ness, and I believe Callahan just got blocked by the rim, and Acuna just missed a wide open one there, but the CEO going to track it down, back in the hands of Acuna. Callahan with it, over to Carpenter. Callahan with it now. She got the pass from Riz Mindy. It'll end up back in the hands of Riz Mindy. Acuna, top of the key. The CEO, Jackson guarding her. Great defensive pressure here by the Red Devils. And we're going to get a call here. A foul call, I believe. Foul call. Going to get an arm bar foul call here going against Jackson.
Yeah, and I hate to be a little bit harsh, but realistically, this should not have happened. I mean, the amount of offensive rebounds the Red Devils just gave up, that's something you really need to eliminate in order to prevent opportunities like this.
I will say it again for the 1,000th time. I said it since I've been broadcasting here at Eureka. You cannot close out a defensive possession without a rebound. You got to box out. You got to get on the glass. You got to find a man when the ball goes up. And you got to prevent offensive boards. Or it can lead to things like this. Callahan is able to knock down her first free throw. Red Devils now trail this game by 28. Callahan looking to make it a 29-point deficit. And she'll do exactly that. 2 minutes remaining in this game here. And be Nahira inbounding it to Jackson on this play. Some substitutions for Knox. Callahan coming out of this game in favor of Schoonover. Jackson bringing it up. The CEO guarding her. Jackson being patient with it on a drive. Thought about passing it. Going to get a screen from Nahira instead. Jackson dribble move, crossover, left hand layup. Not able to get it. Acuna rebound. Stolen. Drive, pump fake, good.
Another great job there by Zarello. One of those conversions off the dribble. Great offensive drive there from Eureka.
Zarello tracking down that old board and driving the Schoonover. Scores over Zarello, matching her own 2 points. Under a minute and a half remaining in this game. Jackson.
She's able to get around Zarello there for the nice easy layup and convert that 2 points.
Zarello back-to-back buckets here. As she is up to, that is her 6th point of the night. Corner, Carpenter thought about it, gonna shoot it, and Carpenter not able to get that lucky bounce, but Schoonover tracks down another offensive rebound here for Knox. And Carpenter wide open, has to take it, gonna make it. Carpenter makes it a 30-point deficit for the Red Devils.
Yeah, and Carpenter, maybe with a little bit of too much time there, she caught the ball and looked at her defender almost like a, are you really not guarding me kind of look, and proceeded to knock down the three.
Haley Carpenter, you have to get out there. I mean, all of her field goal attempts in this game have been threes. She's 3 for 10 on the night, up to 12 points. And I mean, if someone takes 10 threes in a game, 9 times out of 10, they won't be hesitant to take number 11. So they got to get out there and guard. Holtz with it. Driving. Holtz lost it there. Ends up in the hands of Callahan, May Callahan.
And it looks like Knox maybe just trying to buy out some time here.
May Callahan over to Carpenter for her 11th triple tonight. Will make it. Carpenter up to 15 points, and that's her 4th triple of the night. 4 for 11 from the field, 4 for 11 from 3, 5 rebounds, and she's made her mark on this game.
Well, Kareem, you called it. I mean, she definitely wasn't afraid to take her 11th shot there, and unfortunately for Eureka, she is able to knock that one down to get Knox into triple digits. And if Eureka can hold on to the ball for their entire possession, this will be their last time with the ball, but as Moore knocks that one down, I take that back.
And that three there from Carpenter gave Knox 100 points. And Knox gonna hold it out the rest of this time here as the Red Devils will take their first loss here at the Reagan, 101 to 70 points. They allow Knox to put up 70 points in this game, led by Serena DeCio, 32 points, 5 threes, 7 rebounds. Acuna, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And then Carpenter added 15 points and 4 threes. And Medina also had 15 points. So all around even scoring here for Knox. What do you have to say about this game, Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier on, and I mean, it's been a pretty slow start for the Red Devils. And unfortunately, they never really were able to get on top and kind of have that momentum that was allowed them to take the lead at any point. But I mean, like I said, there are still some positives that Eureka can look forward to. Great ball movement all around. We saw a lot of great defensive plays from Eureka, a lot of turnovers. I believe that Knox had 17 turnovers, I'm pretty sure, and I mean, that's the kind of plays you're going to need to see when you want to win games. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier, Knox has just been great offensively all game and defensively. And I said it before, I'll say it again. It's just another one of those instances in which, if you're Eureka, you can't really do much. Knox came ready to play. They lost their last 2. And here tonight, they won their 5th straight against Eureka.
Well, thanks for joining us here. Our next broadcast of Eureka College basketball will be Saturday, November 22nd, where Red Devils will host Dominican College. The broadcast will be right here on EC 103. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Central Time. Live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois, Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant in Eureka. The executive producer of Eureka College basketball is Dr. John Malone. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Matthew Swan, I'm Kareem Burnett. Thanks for watching in with us, ECTV.